The Allied advance towards Germany after D-Day in June of 1944 progressed more quickly than had been anticipated. While this was generally positive, it caused troops to deplete supplies quickly and led to long, vulnerable supply lines. By December of that year, Eisenhower felt that it would be wise for U.S. forces to halt briefly in the Ardennes region of Belgium to rest and allow the Allies to secure the ports of northern France and the Low Countries and to bolster their logistical capabilities. This halt also gave the Germans a breather to reorganize their retreating forces. The Germans had an ever-shrinking pool of manpower to draw from as the Eastern Front was steadily eliminating capable units. And Russian control of oil fields in southeastern Europe was also creating a fuel shortage throughout the Axis countries. However, the Allied advance had also shrank the length of the Western Front that Germany had to defend, and the troops could be concentrated for a more effective offensive against the American forces. The German army also had better counterintelligence, and the Allies were having an increasingly hard time gathering intelligence on their German adversaries. Hitler's plan was to split the Americans from the British forces, who were active to the north in Holland. And if the offensive was successful, he felt that he could force the two nations to settle for a separate peace, independent from their Soviet allies. This might give him time to get German advanced weapons, such as a new crop of U-boats, heavier tanks, and jet fighters, into the field. However, this plan was generally delusional, as it didn't take into effect that the Allied bombers were now freely pounding German targets deep into Hitler's own country. Now, in the specifics for his plan, the Fuhrer called for a repeat of the Blitzkrieg that occurred in 1940. Of course, 4 years of industrial warfare had changed strategy and tactics a great deal, and the U.S. was very different from the earlier armies involved in the battle for France. Hitler's plan relied on surprise, potentially poor weather to hamper Allied air support, and capture of badly needed Allied fuel, and the Germans essentially had to make their objectives within no more than 4 days. Now, in order to further preserve fuel, horses could be relied on to carry supplies. Hitler also brought out the Volksgrenadier units of grizzled veterans interspersed with conscripted troops who had previously been either too young, too old, or too frail to fight. Hitler's subordinates found this plan highly flawed. However, the Fuhrer would not be swayed to any sort of alternative. Now, while it's crossed with an extensive network of roads, the Ardennes consist of steep rolling hills and thick forest, which constrained the tank divisions that Germany was renowned for. And 4 armies were selected for the operation. The lead role in the attack would be given to the 6th Panzer Army, commanded by SS Oberstgruppenführer Sepp Dietrich, and it included the most experienced formation of the Waffen-SS, the 1st SS Panzer Division. It also contained the 12th SS Panzer Division, and they were given priority for supply and equipment and assigned the shortest route to the primary objective of the offensive, which was Antwerp. Now, despite this buildup, the Allies had grown complacent and figuring that the German troop buildup was simply for defensive purposes and that most of the fight had been knocked out of their opponent. The American troops in the quiet Ardennes sector were a mixture of inexperienced troops sent there to train and veteran troops in need of some rest and relaxation. So on the 16th of December, 1944, at 05:30, the Germans began their assault with a massive 90-minute artillery barrage across a 130-kilometer or 80-mile front. And throughout the day, heavy snowfall peppered the battlefield, and while this had the desired effect of grounding Allied air support, it made road conditions in the area hazardous. Now, the miserable weather, as well as the poor traffic control and fuel shortages, hampered German mobility, and the day's advance was much less than what had been hoped for. Now, to understand the battle, it's probably best to divide it into 3 sectors, a north, center, and south sector. So let's start by looking at what happened in the north. So the next morning in the north sector, the Germans continued to plod along, and at mid-morning, the 1st Panzer Division under SS officer Joachim Peiper captured a number of Americans after a brief battle near Malmedy. The 84 POWs were then taken into a field and executed, and several hours later, the Germans immobilized another U.S. convoy and repeated their earlier actions, killing 120 captured American soldiers this time. 2 weeks later, the American 11th Armored Division retaliated in much the same way, and they killed 80 German POWs near the town of Chenyon. In response to Piper's advance, American forces would offer the Germans stiff resistance and then fall back. and as they retreated, engineers would blow up the bridges and empty the fuel dumps. On the 18th, the weather began to clear, and American fighter bombers were beginning to torment the panzer divisions that were trying to find bridges that hadn't been destroyed. Considerable American reinforcements were also beginning to arrive to the battlefield, and by the end of the day, the advance had been halted, and the Germans were beginning to feel that they might become cut off. At dawn on the 19th of December, Piper surprised the American defenders of Stoumont by sending infantry from the 2nd SS Panzer Grenadier Regiment in an attack, and this was followed with a panzer attack. An American tank battalion then arrived, but after a 2-hour tank battle, Piper finally captured Stoumont at 10:30. On the 21st, an American counterattack failed to dislodge the units of Kampfgruppe Piper. However, by the next day, out of food and fuel, the Germans began to withdraw, abandoning their vehicles and heavy equipment, and Piper's actions in the north sector were effectively over. Now, while the German center didn't have the numeric advantage of the forces of the north, they did succeed in surrounding 2 regiments, taking around 7,000 prisoners. And at St. Vith, U.S. troops were able to delay the Germans for 6 days before falling back. The 2nd Panzer Division continued to push far into Allied territory. They reached the east side of the Dinant by the 23rd of December. However, their supply line was becoming stretched thin, and they too were in danger of becoming cut off. Now, to sow confusion in the battlefields, the Germans infiltrated the American troops with a number of English-speaking Germans disguised in American uniforms. And their presence added to the overall chaos and fog of war for the next several days, with George Patton remarking in a note to Eisenhower, "Krauts speaking perfect English, raising hell, cutting wires, turning roadsides around, spooking whole divisions, and shoving a bulge into our defenses." So MPs at checkpoints were ordered to find saboteurs and set up a network where they could grill troops on things that every American was expected to know, like the identity of Mickey Mouse's girlfriend, baseball scores, and the capital of particular U.S. states. In fact, General Omar Bradley was briefly detained when he correctly identified Springfield as the capital of Illinois because the American MP who questioned him mistakenly believed the capital was Chicago. Now, many of the German infiltrators that were captured were executed as spies, but they did have the desired effect of diverting American resources away from the front line and even confining Eisenhower to his headquarters for a bit. Now, to the south, the German 7th Army began pushing across the River Our, with the American 112th Infantry Regiment holding a line east of the river for several days before they began to withdraw westward. By the 19th, the panzers had pushed to Bastogne, where American paratroopers and the 10th Armored Division had fortified their position. And realizing that they couldn't take the town, the panzer columns swung around the town on either side, cutting it off, but also failing to control this important crossroads. With Bastogne cut off, food, medical supplies, and ammunition were beginning to run low for the Americans by the 21st. After the weather began to clear, supplies began to be airdropped into the city. During the time that Bastogne was besieged, German General Heinrich Gerhard von Luttwitz requested Bastogne's surrender. However, acting American commander of the 101st, Brigadier General Anthony McAuliffe, gave the single-word answer, "nuts," which was typed up and sent to the German commander. Now, despite a number of brutal attacks on the American perimeter, the line held until the day after Christmas, when Patton's 4th Army Division broke the siege and opened up a corridor into the city. Now, by Christmas, the weather had cleared and Allied air forces were beginning to attack, bombing German supply depots and strafing German troops on the roads with the P-47 Thunderbolts. And although the Germans had seen fairly light losses in the center and the south, they were beginning to see their advance falter due to lack of supplies and fuel. The German generals, realizing that they'd gone about as far west as they were able to go, suggested to Hitler that they fall back while there was still time. However, the Fuhrer rejected this notion. Luckily for these Germans, however, the Allied command was also having its own problems with internal disagreements on how they should proceed, which frankly stifled any chance for a decisive victory over the Germans in the next week. Now, on January 3rd, the British under Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery began to move down on the north side of the Bulge, while General George Patton's American Third Army began to push up from the south. And small pockets of German resistance, particularly around Bastogne, made for slow going for Allied forces. It would be nearly another 2 weeks before Montgomery and Patton's army would be able to meet up. The Allies then turned their attention eastward and pushed the slowly retreating Germans out of the Ardennes through the remainder of January. The Allied strength during the battle had peaked at around 700,000 men, and combined U.S. and British forces suffered from around 80,000 battle casualties including about 8,600 killed. The Bulge was the largest and bloodiest single battle fought by the United States in World War II, and the third deadliest campaign in American history. In addition to Allied casualties, about 3,000 Belgian civilians lost their lives. And the German attack involved around 450,000 men, just over 1,500 tanks, tank destroyers, and assault guns, 2,600 artillery pieces, and over 1,000 combat aircraft. And between 6,300 and 104,000 of these men were reported as killed, missing, or wounded in action. Effectively, the battle depleted Germany's armed forces, which went unreplaced throughout the remainder of the war. During this time, the Luftwaffe, which had flown missions against Allied airfields, were decimated by anti-aircraft guns, which crippled them for the remainder of the war. With the success of the Allied counterattack, Churchill contacted Stalin to encourage him to launch an offensive against the reeling Germans, and on the 12th of January, the Russians launched the massive Vistula-Oder offensive in the east. One other interesting note about the battle, because of troop shortages, Eisenhower allowed 2,000 African-American soldiers to volunteer to move from the service positions and serve in combat positions of the front lines, which was an important step in the eventual desegregation of the United States military. Now, this game is Battle of the Bulge. It was produced in 1965 by the Avalon Hill Game Company. It was designed by Larry Pinsky and Thomas N. Shaw. Now you'll notice that unit counters have the following information printed on them. There's a basic combat factor, which is the attacking and defending strength of the unit. There are movement points, which is the number of hexes a unit can move in clear terrain, and this can differ in other types of terrain. And in addition, there's a size indicator, with X being a brigade or combat command, and 3 being a regiment or Kampfgruppe. Now each unit type symbol uses a standard NATO symbol to indicate what type of combat factor the unit is, including infantry or Volksgrenadier, armored cavalry, panzer grenadiers, which are mechanized infantry, armor, or panzers or parachute units. And to set the game up, the American player sets up their start units on the hexes indicated on the at start list on the order of appearance card. Sequence of play is to first check for supply, and then bring in your German reinforcements, and the German player then deploys all their units from the time record chart that are indicated to enter the battle that turn. The German player then moves all of their units they wish up to the full number of movement points that the unit has. And then the German player indicates what units are involved in combat with US troops, and those combats are then resolved in any order that the German player wishes. Then steps 1 through 3 are repeated for the US player. Then the time record is moved to the next turn, and the sequence of play is resolved until the last turn of the game. Let's go through supply a little bit. So I say that at the beginning of their turn, all units check for supply. And this is slightly different than the rules as written, as I think that the bookkeeping in the rules as written is pretty cumbersome. In the rules as written, a unit is eliminated if it's out of supply for 6 turns. Now, I think it's hard to keep track of all that. To see if a unit is in supply, you have to be able to track a line hexes to a road. Now the rules as written say it's a line of 7 hexes. I think we're going to try it with 4 hexes and see how it plays out. That lead to a source of supply. That's the east side for the Germans and all other sides for the US. And this line of hexes and road movements cannot run through enemy zones of control or leave the road system once it's started. If a unit is out of supply, it's turned over, its movement is reduced to 2 movement points, and it fights at half the number of combat factors. Now, beginning on the day of the first weather roll, the weather's cleared, and the US no longer has to follow supply rules. They can basically paradrop supplies to units. After this time, however, the German panzer movement is reduced by 2, and the Volksgrenadier and parachute units are reduced by 1, due to Allied air harassment of German fuel trucks. Now, units have a number of movement points printed on the lower right side of their counter, which they can use per turn in clear terrain. Other types of terrain can affect movement, which we'll talk about when we talk about each individual type of terrain. Now, movement's always optional, and a unit can move in any direction that the player chooses, as long as they have the movement points to do so. And the unit does not have to move its full number of movement points. Also, units can move through the hex of any other friendly unit. However, if they choose to end movement on a hex with friendly units, then they have to make sure that the stacking limit of that hex isn't exceeded. And stacking limit is no more than 3 friendly units in a stack in the same hex at the same time. Also, stacked units can move separately or together. However, the movement rate of the stacked units is no faster than the slowest unit in that hex if they decide to stay together. Now, movement along roads is 5 times normal. Thus, a unit with a movement rate of 4 could cross 20 hexes in a turn. And if a unit decides to enter a road from a non-road hex, they have to pay the movement cost of that hex before they're on the road. Units can also move through towns at the road movement rate, but they have to enter and leave on a road. Otherwise, they move through the town at normal movement rate. Now, a unit that moves into rough terrain ends their turn in the first hex of rough terrain that they enter. And they may only move through rough terrain at the rate of 1 hex per turn. If they move through rough terrain on a road, they move at normal road movement rates as long as they stay on that road. If they decide to move off the road, then they can move into an adjacent rough terrain hex that turn, but they have to stop. Dense woods act a lot like rough hexes, except that only infantry and parachute troops are able to move through them. No tanks can be in the woods. Now, rivers are crossed normally at bridges, either in towns or along roads. And if a unit is not on a road square and comes to a river, they can move up and down the river their full movement point allowance, and may even move up and down the river to a bridge and cross. However, if they choose to cross the river at any other point than a bridge, they stop their movement and they wait until the beginning of the next turn, at which point they can cross the river and move normally. Like most other war games, each unit has a zone of 6 hexes around them, and these are called the zone of control. And any unit that moves into an enemy zone of control has to stop and engage in combat. Which brings us to combat. Now, combat occurs after a player's completed all of their movement, and more than one unit can attack an enemy unit. However, if a unit is adjacent to more than one enemy unit, it has to attack the combined defensive strength of both of those units. Now, another adjacent friendly unit can offset this, and in short, the attacker must, in some way, divide their attacks up so that all adjacent enemy units are attacked. Now remember that when several attacking units are attacking several defending units, all units adjacent to an enemy unit have to attack, and all defending units have to be attacked. Now, like most other war games, an attacking unit can attack a defending unit at unfavorable odds in order to gain better odds for other attacking units. However, this can never be done at odds that are less than 1 to 6. Now, if a player does change their mind before an attack, they can withdraw from combat in this game, and they move out of the enemy zone of control and back 1 space. However, they can't enter the zone of control of another enemy unit, and if they do so, they're automatically eliminated. Now, if you're attacking with a stacked unit, each unit in the stack can battle a separate defending unit. However, stacked defending units defend together, and they cannot defend individually against multiple attacks. To determine results, the combat factor of all the attackers are added up, and you note that terrain does not affect the attack factors of these units. And the combat factors of all the defenders is then added up, and that terrain does affect the defensive factors of all these units. And the defensive factor for units defending in forests, towns, mountains, or across rivers is doubled, even if they are on roads. And these do not stack. Also with rivers, if a unit's attacking across a river at a unit, and there are friendly units in adjacent squares on the same side of the river as the enemy's defensive combat factor is not doubled. The ratio between the attacker is reduced to its simplest form, rounded off in favor of the defender. A d6 is rolled and the result is crossed index on the combat results table. And results include elimination. Basically all units are eliminated. A indicates the attacker and D indicates the defender. And the winner has the choice to move into the space vacated by the eliminated unit. Back is a retreat, and the losing unit has to retreat the number of hexes indicated. If possible, the retreating unit must move preferentially on road hexes, followed by clear hexes, and finally rough or forest, which they also move through as though they were clear terrain. Now, if the unit's only move is through the zone of control of an enemy unit, it is eliminated, and if it's forced to move into a friendly hex that would cause units in that hex to exceed their stacking limit, they're moved back to make room for the retreating unit. And the winner does have the option to move into the loser's vacated squares. However, if they do move into the zone of control of another enemy unit, they'd have to stop, but they do not battle a second time in the turn. Now note, if an armor or panzer unit's forced into wooded terrain, they're eliminated. Exchanges mean that the defender removes all of their units, and the attacker has to remove an equal or greater number of units engaged in the attack. Now in this game, the defender's combat factor is based on its combat factor modified by the terrain. And thus, if it had a combat factor of 4 doubled by terrain to 8, the attacker would have to remove units with a combat factor of 8 or greater. As a consolation, the attacker does have the option of entering the hex vacated by the defender. There's also engaged, and that is where the attacker and defender are locked into battle for another turn, and neither can leave the hex that they're in, though they can bring in reinforcements to fight the battle. Finally, contact means that neither side takes any casualties. Now, units can decide to make fortifications in the game. These are basically trenches, and they can entrench themselves if they note they're doing so at the beginning of a turn. Entrenchments cannot be built on rough terrain or in towns, and they cannot be built if enemy units are within 2 hexes. It takes 1 turn for the unit to build a fort, and the unit cannot attack at the same time it's entrenching. Now, while only 1 unit may be in a hex entrenching, all other allies are basically outside the trench for the first turn. Up to 3 units can stack there in every turn thereafter. Trenches can be built by any type of unit, but they can't be built by a unit that's retreated in the previous turn. Now, these entrenchments double the defensive combat factor for all units placed within them. And note that the defensive modifiers incurred by terrain are not added to this. Thus, you can't have a triple defense due to a combination of entrenchments and terrain. If an entrenchment's abandoned by the units of the side that built it, then you simply remove it from play. Now, fortresses function much like entrenchments with several key differences. They triple the combat factor of all units placed within them, and units in a fort have no zone of control. The enemy units can thus pass by them, and the units within the fort can attack at their normal combat strength. Now, if a fort's abandoned, it remains on the board. However, if the units inside are eliminated or forced to retreat, the fort is destroyed. And if an enemy unit passes through a hex with an abandoned fort, they can choose to occupy it or destroy it. Now, with my house rules, I say since fortifications can't be built in villages, fortresses can. In other words, that kind of builds it up. Also, you can build a fortress on top of an entrenchment, but this takes an additional turn. In other words, it takes 1 turn to make an entrenchment, and 1 turn to fortify that entrenchment. Also, Clairvaux, Dinant, Namur, and Sedan all have permanent fortresses. Now, the US player at the beginning of their AM turn on December 23rd rolls on the weather table to see if the weather is cleared. If it has, they can use air power in the game. If the roll fails, a subsequent roll is made on the US players the next turn until a clear weather roll is obtained. And once this happens, the weather remains clear for the remainder of the game. Now, there are 2 types of air power in the game. There's strategic and tactical. For strategic air power, once the weather clears, the US player can choose a single German square to attack from the air, and the player announces which hex they're targeting, rolls a d6, and consults the strategic air power table, applying the results. Now, this option can only be used 1 time in the entire game. Tactical air power is a little different. During the game, the US player has 20 combat factors that they can spend to aid ground units in an attack. And these are added to the total US combat factors involved and applied for determining combat odds. A quick note on reinforcements: they're brought into the game on the turns indicated in the order of appearance card. And if a hex that the reinforcement is to be brought into is in the zone of control of an enemy unit, then that unit has to be delayed until the entry hex is no longer threatened by the enemy. The German player wins if they can get 50 of their combat factors, and 40 of those must be Panzer or Panzer Grenadier units across the Meuse River for 4 consecutive turns, or maintain at least 1 unit in Bastogne, St. Vith, and Spa, and at least 4 Panzer or Panzer Grenadier units across the Meuse for 4 turns. The American player wins if they can avoid the German victory conditions by the PM turn of December the 30th. So this is Battle of the Bulge. This game is the same age I am. We both came out in 1965. It's got a fairly big map. Let me just pull it out here just so you can get a overview of the whole thing. Let's see here. So it covers a fairly good area here, and you're going to notice I'm going to have to move up and down quite a bit. So it's going to be kind of a jittery video. I apologize for that. Take a Dramamine, you'll be great. Okay, Germans get to go first. And I think what my plan with the Germans is to go as hard and fast as I can towards the Meuse River. I've got the turn track is kind of running against me, so I've really got to get pretty close there by the 23rd. Otherwise, the American reinforcements really start coming in, and with the rise of air power, I'm greatly weakened. So that's going to be the plan. I've noticed the Americans really have to delay the Germans as much as they can, and they have to do this by basically falling back and taking advantage of fortresses in towns. So I've done that. I still think with even with all that, the Americans have a pretty hard time of winning this game. I've played this 6 or 7 times and have never been able to play with the Americans and have them win. So if you have played as the Americans and have won, let me know down below how you did it, because I'll go back and replay the game, maybe make an addendum one of these days to this and show how to get an American victory. Okay, Germans get to go first. And so we're going to start over here. Let me pop in one more notch. Yeah, that's not quite what I wanted. Let's see, that's at 100%. Let's go to 75%. Oh, come on. 75. Okay, that looks pretty good. That'll help. Okay, so we're going to start with the German North group here. I want to take this guy out as quickly as possible. So I'm going to use the highest setting here, and they can go. They have to end movement here, so let's just go with a 9 and a 9, and then we'll go with a 9. That's all infantry. So I want those panzer units in place, and actually I can move here. I can go 1, 2. There is no zone of control for these fortresses, so you can slide around them if you want. And then this guy's going to go down here. Actually, we'll stay on the road. And 1, 2, 3. I'll use him kind of as a diversion. Okay, over here, this guy's going to have to be doubled. This American unit's doubled on defense, so it doesn't matter whether I'm crossing the river or not, basically. And again, let's try to hit this as hard as we can, using the highest caliber units we can. 2, and this all infantry. There's some 4s. Let's go with a 5. Okay, so got those guys going here. Now, this presents a problem, because the problem being is I've got a zone of control of this guy in the way. Now, I can't move around that zone of control, so that is a problem. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, these early games, a lot of times I didn't realize that it really wasn't a good idea to put the river in the middle of the hexes, because it's hard to decide whether you've crossed the river or not. I'm going to say this guy has crossed the river. As long as I stay consistent with that, I'll be okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can put him in here. Okay. Now here's our problem child. Like I said, I can't go that way. The only thing I can really do is go here through the mountains, or the rough. I'll do it with those guys. I really want to keep this. I want to keep my middle group kind of together. I want the main thrust of my battle, because then I can easily move guys off to the sides as I have problems. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to go ahead with this guy and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, and 3. And maybe I can go up here and use him to kind of block that guy. Okay, I think that's everybody for the German first turn. So let's go ahead and figure out some stuff. Here we got 12, 24, and 12, 24. That's 36, 45, and 55, 65, 75, 73. 73 to 12. Okay, so 12 times, so yeah, that'd be 6 to 1. We roll a 4. I'll bring my chart up. 6 to 1 with a 4 is a defender back 4. So this guy can't go back, so because he's out of the zone's control, so he's going to go to the graveyard, and I am going to let that go. Okay, there, and I'll take that Okay, down here we have a 4, 8, 12 to 8, or 1 to 1 with a 6 is a attacker back 2. There we go. Okay. Okay, down here we have this guy's going to be at 8, and against him it's 8, 16, 22, 30, 40, 50, 50 to 8. So 6 to 1 with a 1. That's not good. 6 to 1 with a 1 is an exchange. Okay, so 4, but remember that we use the terrain modifier when we do exchanges in this particular game. So we are going to lose 8. I want to try to avoid losing Panzer units, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So graveyard and graveyard. So that's okay. We can afford that loss. Now these guys are on the opposite side of the Wire River, so 6, 12, 17, and 9 is 26, 30, 30 to 8. So 3 to 1 odds with a 3. 3 to 1 with a 3. Defender back 2. And okay, he's going to go on roads 1, 2. And he can cross. Okay, down here. This guy is on the same side of the river, so we don't this American unit doesn't get that advantage, defensive advantage. 12, 24 to 4. So 6 to 1 with a 3. Is defender back? Wait, is that 4? Yeah, man, that sends him flying. So we're going to go. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wrong guy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, I'll move across the river that way. That's an easy way to get across. Okay, down here I have 8. 12 to 8, 1 to 1 odds with a 1. So that's a defender back 1. And definitely move in place so I can keep those locked in. And that is the end of the German turn. Let's pull the turn track on that's the morning of the 16th. The Germans have gone. Now it's time for the Americans to go. So first thing I'm going to do is add any fortress markers I can. So we'll put 1 there. They're building that turn. And that's it. Then we start moving. Everybody's going to move back as fast as they can. I don't think I'll try Elsenborn because I can go past it. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or let's just do it by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that looks like a good spot. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. Well, stay right there. And I'm going to come back with that guy there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there, and we'll put a guy anywhere else. Yeah, that's about it, I think. We'll stack those guys there. Nope, we won't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4. Drop a guy, 5. Okay, there. And the reason I did that is I was just thinking here I can get attacked the next round, so it won't give me a chance to build a fortress. So there is that. I think that'll be enough. Now then, here I can't really go anywhere. This guy can go. Now this guy I think can get on the road. and he'll hop under Saint. Is that Saint Vith? Yeah, we will keep Saint Vith. And then here, I want to try to get Bastogne as quickly as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's Bastogne. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3. And this guy will go here. Oh, yeah, this guy. I'm going to say he's also building a fortress. And this guy will hop inside. So basically, I say fortresses can be built in towns, and the fortifications can be built out in the country. Generally, you can use terrain to your advantage instead, but that's okay. Okay, I think everybody's gone. Do I see anybody else? No. There's nobody on the western edge of the map here, I don't think. No. Okay. So I've kind of done what I can to kind of control things. I'll try to keep this here. This would actually be a good place for a... actually, right here would be a good place for a guy. I'm going to say he moves here, because that gives him a good defense to... Yeah, now let's keep him here. That's fine. Because eventually I'll need to get Manhay covered. La Roche will probably need covered. And then back, we'll keep falling back. That's about it. There's only a couple places to fight. I think here I have to fight against 1 to 2 odds. 3. Engaged. Okay. Now I don't pay a lot of attention to the engaged and contact rules. I'm not sure that every time I've played it, they just haven't added a whole lot to the game, so I just kind of ignore them. Okay, 8 to 12. So 1 to 2 here with a 4. It's an attacker back 1. That's okay. Attacker back is actually a pretty good thing for the Americans. Okay, that is the end of turn. Move our turn track, and the Americans get some units. They get some on the north edge at BB, which is a great place to have them come in. BB right there. So we can drop on down and maybe get La Roche and Manhay covered. Okay. German start. Is anybody out of supply? Nobody should be. 1, yeah, he's there. Those guys are there. Everybody is in supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay. Now the Germans can go. So we've done a pretty good job of covering these guys. I want to really hit that pretty hard. And if I hit that hard, I can almost get by with ignoring these up here. Although I do have to try to take Spa. What am I going to do? If I come here, I can trap him a little bit. I might be able to make it over there before. This is tempting. So what I'm going to try to do, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can't make it. Okay. This guy might, but he's going to be in a disadvantage. So what we're going to do is go ahead and 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can do that. So one disadvantage to having your guys there and there. there. It'll force this guy into the mountains at least. 1. There's 3. Okay. Did that guy go? I don't think that guy went. Okay, let's go ahead and then here, let's go to Monshao. Actually, we'll just go to Malmedy. Because here I can get 1-to-1 odds. All they're going to do is force me back, so that's okay. Now these guys have crossed the river. And I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy will go here and here, and then here and here. Here and here. And we'll take 3-to-1 odds here. And I'm going to go here. Then I can I'll just do that and force this guy back. Okay, I think the Germans have made all their move. Let's start here. Let's start at the south. Okay, so 12-to-4. 3-to-1 odds with A4. Defender back 1, okay? I will advance these guys. And over here we have a 12, 24-to-7. That's a 3-to-1 with a 3. Defender back 2. I will pull there. Okay. 17 and 22, 32, 42, 39, and 12. 51, 61, 71 to 12. Okay, so just shy of that's 5-to-1, just shy of 6-to-1. I had one more unit in there. That's okay. So 5-to-1 with a 6. Contact, nothing. Okay. Up here we're going with a 5 and 12 and 12. So 29 to 8. So 3-to-1 odds with a 6. Engaged, nothing. Okay, here we've got a 12 and 9, 21, and 12 is 33, 43, 53, 63, 61 to 24. So 2-to-1 odds with a 5. Nothing. Okay. That is it. That is an end of turn for the Germans. Americans get to go. So again, we will do this. We will put a fortress here for USA. We'll put a fortress here for USA. Fortress here for USA. Speaking of which, I need to play Fortress America. If you've ever played Fortress America, let me know how it is. It looks like a lot of fun. With the Saddam Hussein guy on the cover. Okay, this guy is forced. Now, this is going to be dangerous for him because he's going to be forced to attack there, which is not going to be good. We will move this guy down to Manhay, this guy down to Manhay. This guy will go here. And then these two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they're going to La Roche. And 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those guys got away, which is what they wanted to do. Everybody else is just sitting tight. It's a boring game for Americans. It really is. Maybe at the end things get a little better, but... Okay, so he's got to cover everybody. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 to 7, which is lower than this. Now, it says odds worse than 1 to 6 are not allowed. I don't remember whether, if it's below that, whether you're just eliminated or whether you don't attack. I'm going to go with you're eliminated on that. I'm a little bit more draconian. Okay, any other American units? And that should be end of the turn for the Americans. We go to the next day. So we fought the first day. First of all, let's bring in our guys. AM is north edge on any square A through HH. And again, I'm going to go back with BB. It's a good place to reinforce. And then when we go for Germans, the Germans are going to go anywhere on the east edge of the map, and they're going to have this big old 12-5 unit. We'll move. I think I'll put him right in the center, or right up here, north, up where Piper's units are. Okay, let's check to see who's out of supply. He's in supply. Now, this guy would be out of supply. No, he wouldn't. Well, there's no zone of control there. There's no zone of control here, so 1, 2, 3, he would be okay. But the Germans are out of supply, so I'm just going to put a little fired. I use the fired on there. This guy's out of, or Americans are out of supply, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Out of supply, everybody else. Nobody's been cut off, so. Okay. Let's have the Germans go. I can stay on this side of the river. And I'm going to keep moving. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't really get across the river here, but I can move him up to here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He moves over here. This guy didn't have a chance to get across the river yet, so he is stuck here. And then that guy can move down. That guy can move here. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3. Okay, this is going to be one of those come and get me kind of things. Don't think the Germans will fall for it. Okay, everybody's moved. So now we can make our attacks. Now, this guy's out of supply too. I don't think he was out of supply beforehand. Yeah, no, he wasn't. So he's at 11, so that's 33. 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12. 3 to 1. 4 to 1. So 4 to 1 odds with a 5. Defender back 1. Okay. We can delete that. And graveyard. Graveyard, and at that point we move into Die Kirche, the church. Okay, this guy is at 4, and now he's been fired. Actually, he's out of supplies. So when in the case that he's in a fortress, that's going to put him at 3 halves. That's going to be your final computation for his strength. So instead of 3 times, he's going to be 1.5 times. Or this guy would be at 6. So we've got 20, and 12 is 32, And that's 48, 54, 66, 71 to 6. So 10 to 1 odds or better. That's going to be the high end. We roll a 4 at 8 to 1 is a defender eliminated. So he goes to graveyard and he is deleted. So they move into Clairvaux. Actually, I'm going to have my strength ones goes there. Okay, up here, 4 and 8. So this is going to be a 12. And here we have 10, 20, 30, 28, 40, 45, 54, 66, 78 to 12. So that's going to be your 6 to 1 odds with a 2. That should get rid of them. De-eliminated. Yep. Okay, delete, and there we go with the graveyard. Okay, and we can move into St. Vith. And that's one of the ones we want to hang on to, because that's going to help with the victory conditions. Then I don't have to get near as many Panzer units across the Meuse River there. The Meuse. La Meuse. Okay. Turn track. I put these guys, Americans move, and we're going to start by putting some fortresses down. Fortress. Feels really good when you're able to, if you're the Germans, to beat the Americans before they're able to get a fortress in place. But okay. I do know that we need to strengthen Spa, so we are going to do that. I'm pretty sure I can make that. And then the other one, I think we'll move right down here and hold on to, is it Verbomen? Okay. Bastone's a little bit, I think I can beat those guys to Germans. Actually, what I'm going to do, move this guy up to Bastogne, and then move these two here to Martelange. Can't do much there. I think I'm going to stay put there, Everybody else stays put. Any attacks? No. Any defenses? No. Okay, end of the American turn. We go to the next American turn. And this guy at 5 o'clock, directly on the town of Mézières. That's way down here. Roquefort. So we get a stack of guys. That's Sedan. There we go. I think that's... Oh, no, that's the wrong guys. I got to go back. We'll just hold them to the side here. That's okay. Have to ignore him this turn. There we go. South directly on A through VV. Come in on the south side. I want to get... I don't really need... Sedan doesn't really need to be held. I don't see it's... We're going to go here. Okay, and then Martelange. And then these guys will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this guy will come up here. Okay, we got our guys distributed around a little bit. The armies have been moved. We're just going to assume this is underneath this. Okay. There is the American turn, which was out of turn. I took the Americans out of turn, so we'll let the Germans go for the turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, now on the south side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3. Can't go any further. And this guy, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and they can go there and there. And I want to get over here. Let's get these guys up north a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to get Bastogne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep a guy there in St. Vith. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's that. Okay, Germans have gone. And 9, there's 30, 44 to 24. So 1 to 1 with a 6. That's going to send this guy back and this guy back. Okay. Bastogne. 20. And there's 36, 42, 54, 59. And then we have 15. So 1 to 1 odds with a 5. Oh, that's not what I want. 1 to 1 with a 5. Attacker back 1. Okay, I think that is going to be it for oh, here we got combat. 12 to. Now he's not in the zone of control. I think he's going to stay put. He's not going to do anything. Okay, then the Americans went, and we did the American turn, and that takes us to day 3. Turn. This is the 18th in the morning, and oh, I had these guys. These guys should have gone. I think I missed them. Hey, we'll move them in. They were down here, so they get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't stack, so we'll just stack them a little bit lighter. There we go. And they're going to go up here and hold these 3 cities. Might as well get those. Okay. So that now the turn is done. So now we go to the Now we should be on the 18th in the morning turn. So let's go 18th in the morning. USA is going to put their... okay, that was those guys. Okay. 18th for the Germans. I'm getting kind of discombobulated here. Okay, anywhere on the east edge. I'll stay on the north. Try to get through. Actually, we're going to stay up here. Okay, now then. Anybody out of supply? Let's check here. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can actually go through here, 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 and here. So he is still in supply and bastion. The Germans are able to go through supply there, so they're okay there. Okay, Germans move. 1, 2, and I will move here. I should probably try to reinforce that. I wonder, there and there. Oh man, I can't figure out whether to do that or not. Yeah, we'll move this guy up here. And this guy over here. I think we'll... Okay, now we'll try to take Baston. No one's beat like Baston. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4. Again, we can go past him, and he can cross that river there. So we'll do that. And let's see. But this guy's stuck on the same side of the river, so... Okay, and let's see, this 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4. And let's do that with the 9. And then we'll move our other 9 here and here. And then this guy's going to go... Five, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm going to try, as a German, like I said, I want to try to at least get one town down per turn if I can. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then I'm going to have to hit, if I can hit Spa hard, I can take it. That gives me 2 of my 4 that I need. Let's try this first. Okay, so I got 12 and 9 is 21, 38, 48, 57, 66. Okay, so 66 to 24. 2 to 1 odds with a 4. Contact nothing. Okay, over here I've got a 12, 24. 36, 45, and inside I have 15, 45, 45, 1 to 1 odds with a 5. That sends these guys back, back, and back. Over here, I've got a 10 and 12 is 22 to 19 times 2, 38, 57, 9, 22 to 57. So that's going to be 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 odds with a 6. Ooh. 1 to 3 with a 6. Attacker back 3. Okay, and then finally down here, oh, we've got 2 more. Baston has a 11, 15, so 45. 10, 20, 32, and 5, 37. 59 and 67, and 5 is 72. 4, 8, 72. Okay, so 1 to 1 odds. 1 to 1 with a 5. Nothing. I don't think 1 to 1 with a 5 is an attacker back 1. So that's going to leave him open. He's not going to be, the most important thing is he's not going to be able to lose supply. Okay, here, 12, 24, 36, 48 to 45. So 1 to 1 with a 4. Engaged. Okay. And that ends the German turn. Now the Americans can go. And I'm going to do something here. Kind of crazy. I'm going to move this guy out. I'm hoping I can slam this guy. Let's see. I think that's certainly enough. Yeah, that's going to be enough. This guy can't really do anything. He's stuck. These guys are okay. These guys are okay. And then on the eastern edge, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then this guy's going to move here. And I'm going to move these 3 up here. And they can fortify Donat. Okay, Donat has been fortified. Now then, the Americans have 1 attack, and it's going to be 4, 12, 16, 24, 31 to 21. 31, 21. 1 to 1 odds with a 4. Engaged. Okay. That is the end of turn. Okay, we go to turn 18 in the afternoon. 18th. Germans are left with some kind of tough decisions here. I think what I can do is try to make it around to here. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Gonna try to slip up. Can't do it. Okay, here. And here. And this guy's going to move down here. This guy's going to move up here. This guy's going to move over here. Okay, so we got this guy going here. These 3 are going to fight here. This guy's going to have to fight all of these guys. And then these guys are going to go against him. And this guy's going to go against here. Those 2 against him. Those 4 against him. And those 4 against him. Let's start down here. And, oh, we need to figure out who is in and out of supply. These guys were in supply. This guy is out of supply. This guy is out in supply, in supply, in supply. These guys are out of supply. This guy's out of supply. Oh, wait, hold on. One. I guess he's in supply. Okay, but this guy would not be fired. That's kind of tricky. Is this a supply? Is that a clear hex? I'm going to say it is. Okay. These guys were in supply because I moved over there. These guys were in supply. These guys were out of supply. Okay. Now we can do it. Let's start here where these guys are out of supply. Now it's going to be 3 halves of what they've got. So they have 7, 11, and 5 is 14 or 15. So 15 and 7 is 23. And then outside is 12, 24. So it's going to be 2-to-1 odds. We roll a 6 at 2-to-1. Attacker back 1. And I think that's going to put him... Oh, let's see. Can he go... Nope. He's still out of supply. Okay, here we've got our 22, 32, 42, 50, 62, 64, 68, 72, 76 to 45. So 1-to-1 with a 1. Okay, that's a defender retreat. So Baston finally falls. And that is a crucial, that's really crucial. That's the halfway point. Everything flows through Baston, so you can really see why it was important in the real battle. Okay, we got another 14, 19 times 3 is let's see, 57. Okay, 5, 10, and 12. 22 to 57. So 1-to-3 odds with a 6. Oof. 1-to-3 with a 6. Attacker back 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, now down here, these two are going to go against him, and then he's going to go against that 7. So we've got 12, and 18 is 30 to 12. 30 to 12. 2-to-1 odds with a 3 is a contact. Nothing. Okay, and here we've got 12 to 7, so 1-to-1 with a 6. Oh. Attacker back 2. 1, 2. Okay, and then here we've got 12, and that's 21, so that's going to be 10. 12, and 12 is 24. So 1-to-3 with a 4. Attacker back 1. Unfortunately, that means he is gone. So that's some of the first, because he can't move backwards anywhere. That's like our first German, I think that's our first German losses in the game. Yeah, we've lost, I guess there's our German losses. We've lost one other, so. Okay, now here we've got 10, 20, 30, 44, 54, 56, 65 to 9. 55 to 9. So 6-to-1 with a 1. I think that's going to be an elimination. Exchange, okay. So basically they were fighting at a strength of 9. So I will go ahead and take this guy off, and then graveyard, graveyard, Graveyard and delete. So Stavalo is finally taken. That should be the... I should be able to make it up to the spa right now. Okay. That is the end of the German movement of turn PM of 18. Okay. Now we got to go to the American movement. These guys can move up here. And those guys are all... I'm keeping him right here to protect the river. The Meuse. Okay, now up here things get a little trickier. I want to fall back. So... this has actually been pretty good. Man, if I could fall back to Houghton, that would be nice, but I can't. This guy's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. He'll go to and then. And these guys will go this way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these guys are one behind. I should be able to get to Roquefort and Marsh. Okay, that guy's stuck. That guy's stuck. I don't think anybody was coming in. Nope. Okay. Combat 7 to 12. I won't come out. I'm going to stay put there. So 7 to 12, 1 to 2 odds with a 5. 1 to 2 with 5, attacker back 2. This guy will... I'm going to stay right there. I'm not going to get hemmed in again. We've learned our lesson there. Okay, end of turn. We go to the 19th, the morning of the 19th. Germans are just rumbling along. I think hitting Spa is going to be the hard part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go here and here. And then he's going to go to Stolmont. And 1, 2. And here again at Spa. 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, and we will distribute here. Okay, down here. Oh, I think this guy, he was, okay, yeah, he was fired. Everybody else, I always keep forgetting who is in supply. That guy's not in supply. I don't think supply is going to change much. Okay, let's go down from Bastogne. And then up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2. 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those guys will go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so hopefully we can get this guy cleaned out, we can get this guy cleaned out, we can get this guy cleaned out, and we can get this guy cleaned out. Okay, let's start here with 2-to-1 odds with a 4. Nothing. Okay, here we've got 12, 16, 19, 28, 38, 44, and 54, 64, 62, to 5, 10, 14, 28. That's 1-to-1. With a 1. Okay, that's enough to knock Spa off the map. Delete and graveyard. Okay, now then, we go to these guys, 12, 24, and 42. And that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 44 to 12. So 3-to-1 with a 2. Defender back 3. So that's going to be enough to knock them out. And then down here we have 20, 30, 42. And here we have, I think this guy's actually going to be he's actually out of supply. So 42 to 18 and 9 is 27. 42 to 27. 1-to-1 odds with 6. And back 2. Okay, that leaves him in supply now. I'm going to go ahead and just put that there. We'll just take care of it now because he's not going to do anything. He's not going to go anywhere. Okay, down here, 12. And 16 is 36, 48, 60, 72, and 7. 22. So 72 to 22 is going to be 3-to-1 odds with a 6. Nothing. Okay. Get to go for the Americans. Move this guy here, and then these guys will move in. And then march. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we'll just try to hold march. And anybody else? Oh, that guy's still got to fight. Okay, so I got 2 fights I think the Americans have. They got to do these 7 to 14, 1-to-2 odds with a 2. Defender back 1. Knocks him back. Okay. And then here we have a 12 to 8, so 1-to-1 with a 4. Nothing. Okay, the Americans have made their turn. We go to turn the 19th in the PM. The Germans have got to they need to move just a little bit faster. Hitler said that they had 4 days. So how are we doing? 1, 2, 3. This is it for them. They should have made the Meuse by day 4. They're not going to make it. Move here 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not going to work. Really want to get those guys. Okay, we'll go there. Move this guy to Roquefort. Those guys will attack. The Germans will attack here, here, and here. And then this guy will slide down here. They can attack there. This guy can go here, and they can easily go here. We'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these guys can do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2. Oh, they can't. Oh, this guy can. Okay. That guy can move there. Let's save spa for him. Okay, let's see. Germans attacking again. This is basically just Germans attack, Germans attack, Germans attack. Let's start here. 9, 18, 22. 12 is 34, 43, 53, and 4 is 57. So 8 to 1 with a 2. 8 to 1 with a 2 is this is eliminated. Okay. And then here we have a 12 and a 4. This guy was out. No, that guy was not out of supply. This guy's out of supply. Okay. 12 and 16 and 8 is 24 to it's going to be 1 to 24 to, let's try that again, 8, 12, 13, 39, 24 to 39, 1 to 2 odds with the 6. 1 to 2 with the 6 is an attacker back 3. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's try here. Let's try over here. Okay, so this guy's got a 12. That's a 20, 30, 42, and this is doubled. 42 to 24. 1 to 1 with a 3. Nothing. Okay, over here we have a 12. Uh, 24, that's 36. 48. 60. 72. And this is 15. 7 is 22. So 3 to 1 with a 3. Okay, and that'll defend her back. So he's gone. Delete and graveyard. Okay, this guy, did we do these guys? That was, I think we did. Yeah. And was there another one? Nope, nobody over here, nobody over here. Okay, Americans go. Not much they can do, so we take our next turn. Turn 20. Okay, we get some new guys in. Germans have 3 days to get over here before things start to get bad. Let's see. The 20th in the morning. South Edge. Okay, so where on the South Edge do I want these guys? I'll play it right here. And then the Germans get a guy. This guy. No, these guys. East Edge. Okay. We'll go right here. The puzzle for this is to find the shortest route. Okay, now who's in supply? Well, this guy's out of supply. This guy is out of supply. This guy's gone. Everybody else has gone up here. Okay. Germans will surround here. Actually, I really need to move forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This guy will go there, this guy will go there. Surrounded, surrounded. Okay, these guys got to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now this guy, I guess there's no zone of control. He is actually in a bad position here. Unless I can get rid of this. Think of this guy. I think I will move him. He's going to move around here because otherwise he's going to be out of supply. So we'll do that. Okay, over here we've got 10, 20. Oh, I've got these guys. Forgot these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that should be it. Okay, now Germans up here. Krauts everywhere. This guy was out of supply. No, he wasn't. He was not out of supply. Wait, and he never got a... For some reason, I never... He's doubled. He's not in a fortress. Okay. Stupid on my part. 9, 18, 22, 34, 37, 45, 55, 59, 71, and 980. 5, 9, 13. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 6 to 1 odds. 6 to 1. Okay. We roll a 2 at 6 to 1. And that's an exchange. Okay. 5. So this was at... That's going to actually hurt because these guys, this exchange was at doubled. So 13, 26. So they got to take 26. And I want to take it from these guys. 4, 8, 12. 16, 21. Let's see. There are 5. I'll just, let's see, I need, how many was I? Okay, got to do a little math here again. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so 26. Let's go ahead and take a unit here. 10, now these guys are too powerful. 9, and there's 14, 18, 22, 26. Okay, there we go. Send them to the graveyard and send them to the graveyard. That actually hurt the Germans a little bit. Okay, now over here, 7 and 4 is 7, 7 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 9, 27. That's 18, and 12 is 30, 40, 50. So 1 to 1 with a 5 moves this guy back. I think it's... Yeah, attacker back 1. Okay. And then over here, 6, 12, 20, 30, 42. And 42 to 12. So 3 to 1 with a 3. Defender back 2. So this guy's gone. And we can move in here. That was the German movement. Now the American movement down here. I'm gonna try to defend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And here we've got a 12 to 10. 1 to 1 with a 6 pushes him back. Stay put. That's the end of the American turn. We go to turn track the 20th and the PM. Who's out of supply? This guy's in supply. Out of supply. That's the only one left. Actually, there's not very many guys left. So I could try. I think we're best kind of holding him here. Try to cross here. We're going to try to take Donat. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 1, 2. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I don't want. I want to go back here. I want to try this guy again. This guy can go here. And then one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Dens, we're going to try to make a 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I can make it with this guy. And then these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Yep. And then this guy can go here. And then 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is it. Okay, we'll start over here with 10, 20, 35. 45, 55, that's 53, 65, and 15 is 80, and 80 to 27, 2 to 1 odds with the 3, nothing. Okay. Over here, got a 12 and 32. Wait, 10 and 22, 34, 44, 54, 52 to 4, 8, 12, 36. 1-to-1 odds with 6. So pushes him back, pushes him back, pushes him back. Nothing here. And then here we've got a 5, 12, 17, and 17, 23, and 16, 39 to 12. So 3-to-1 with a 3. Defender back 2. Is that defender back 2? Yeah. Attacker 1. Okay. I almost think this guy's almost worth ignoring. We really need to get these going. So that's it for that turn. Nobody comes in. Americans go. I think I'm going to do more good over here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's just move here and here. We can maybe prevent things from getting bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And that is the end of turn. Who's out? This guy's out of whack. And that's it. Okay. We go to the Germans. Americans get a guy. Here on the north edge. A through QQ. A through QQ. We will go right there. G. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to go across the river. Here we'll stay put. Here we'll go. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1. And then this guy can go there. Okay. Nice. Here we've got 10, 20, 35, 53, 65. It's 80. 80 to 27. Okay, 80 to 27. 2-to-1 odds with a 6. Backer back 1. They just cannot get that guy gone. Okay. Over here, we've got 9 and 9. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. 52 to 36, 1-to-1 with a 1. Oh, that's enough to... That's what we need. So I'm going to move those guys in there. And then over here, we're going to attack first with these two against this one. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to attack there. 4, 8, 12. So 1 to 1 with a 1. Okay, that's what I need. And then here, we're going to attack 5, 10, 15, and 12, 27 to 36. 1 to 2 with a 1. Fender back. Okay, that's enough. And we can go graveyard, graveyard, graveyard. Those ones are deadly. And then here we have a 4, 8, 12 to 8. 1 to 1 with a 3. Nothing. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then these guys can come down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the end of turn. We go to the 21st. We're still not to the clear weather, so there's still a chance. Let's see, anybody out of supply? This guy is now... He's not. Nobody's out of supply except this guy. Think what we'll do is try to get guys across the river. So he's across the river. He's across the river. 1, 2, 3. He is not. Okay. We'll go here and here and here. Actually, he should be on the right side of the river now. And this guy will go here. 1 here. We'll try it again. Okay, we got 2 to 1 here. 2 to 1 with the 6. That's going to send him back again. This battle's been just, for Limoges, has been just bitter. Okay, here we've got a 6 and a 6, 12 and 5. Five, 10, 15, 16, 17, and 12. It's 29 to 4. Four times 7. Okay, so 7, that's 4. So we have 7 to 1 with a 4. Defender back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our first trucks. Now we need 4 trucks across the river. Still don't have them. Oh, yes, we do. There's our 4. So this is the beginning of, we need 4 rounds now where we have 4 trucks across the river. So for the Germans, so they got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically the afternoon of the 23rd. Afternoon of the 23rd. And that was it. Okay, now the Americans can try to go. We will go here. And here. And here. We'll try to push them back. Okay. So 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to 12. 1 to 1 with a 4. So that's not going to do anything. Here we've got 4, 8 to 12. 1 to 2 with a 4. 1 to 2 with a 4. Attacker back 1. And then here we have a 12 to 1 to 1, or 1 to 2 with a 1. 1 to 2 with a 1 is going to push him back across. So that technically pushes him back across the river. Do I have 4 units on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I do. Okay. So I still have 4 units. Okay, next turn. This is turn 22. USA gets all of these guys on the south edge of the map. It's going to be too little too late, but we'll start here. Okay, Germans get to go again. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, he's out of. I'm just having a hard time believing that they can't bust those guys. Okay. Cross the river. 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 This guy here. This guy here. Here and here. And then these guys are gonna go. Okay, let's start up here. 8, 17, 27, 37, 47, 48, 48 to 48, 12 to 36. 1 to 1 with a 6. Pushes him back, back, back. And then here we have it 12 to 1 to 2 with a 5. Okay. 8, 16, and 6 is, let's see, 22, 34, 48, 60, and 60 to 36, 1 to 1 with a 2. Nothing. Okay. Down here I have a 8 and a 10. 18 to 8. 2 to 1 with a 4. Contact. Okay, and then here we have a 12, 19, and 12 is 31 to 12, so 2 to 1 odds with a 5. Nothing. Okay, and then here we had 2 to 1 with a 5. Nothing. Okay, that is it for the Germans. Americans get to go. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll say these guys can come in over here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And okay, then maybe I can cut them off, all the supply lines. That would make things pretty miserable for the Germans pretty quickly. Okay, any attacks? Yeah, this guy has to attack. 8 to... He'll go with these 2. So 8 to 4, 8, 18. 1 to 3 odds with a 5. Attacker back 2. Okay, and then here I've got 12 to 12 to 24, 29, 12 to 29, 39, 43, 12 to 43, 1 to 3 odds with a 6. Attacker back 3, 1, 2, 3. I will take that 2 advance. Okay. Germans can't do anything else here. Can't do anything else here. Okay, now do we still have 6 on this, or 4 on the side of the 1, 2, 3? There's a 4th one. Okay, we do still have 4. So that was 1, 2. This is turn 3, and then turn 4 will be tomorrow morning. So I still have to keep these guys on the side of the river. Nobody. Okay. Who's in supply? This guy's now out of supply. So we can fired. This guy is out. These guys are out of supply. Oof. Fired. These guys are in supply, in supply, in supply, in supply. Okay. Germans are going to try to go 1, 2, 3. Here, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna forget about this guy. I think that's 1, 2, 3. Wait a second. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 5, and 1. We'll stay put there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3. Okay, we'll just go down here and attack. Here we'll fight. There we'll fight. There and there and there and here. Okay. So these guys are fighting across the river at 12 to 7, 14, 19. So 1 to 2 odds. 1 to 2 with a 6 is attacker back 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here I've got a 10, 21, 38 to 18. 2 to 1 odds. 2 to 1 with the 2. Defender back. Okay, we can do that. So this guy's, how was that? Defender back 1. We'll just move right there. Over here we've got a 8, 16, 22, 34, 46, 46, 58 to 18. 2 to 1 odds with a 2. And that's enough to destroy this guy. Delete and... Oops. Okay, and then down here we have a 5, 10, 22, 34 to 8. That's 3 to 1 with a 2. Defender back 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll come in here. Down here I've got a 5, 10, 15 to 4, 8. 15, 15. 1 to 1 with a 5. I think that's 2 back. It's a 1 back. Okay, so he's back 1. And I don't know. I think I'll just leave well enough alone here. Not much I'd be able to do with that one. So we're not even going to try to attack. If we can take care of these guys, then we'll be fine. But for the time being, Okay, we move to turn 23. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, this will be the last turn of the game if I can keep these 4 cross. So we get our. Oh wait, we still got to get the Americans still have a move. 1, 2. So we will go ahead and move here. I'll stay put there. Can't do much there. And there I can move. Okay, Americans go here. 7, 8, 15, and 7 is 22 to 5, 10, 15. 1 to 1 with a 5. Pushes them back. Nothing really there to go. 8 to 20. 1 to 3 with a 3. 1 to 3 with a 3. Attacker back 1. I will move. And over here we have a 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12. 24 to 1 to 1 with a 3. Not engaged. Okay, up here. 12. Let's see, that's 12 to. That's half strength. So it's 6 to 22, 31. 1 to 5 with a 2. 1 to 5 with a 2. Attacker eliminated. And we can graveyard those guys. Now we can also see we can do an air attack. I should have brought in some other air attacks here. I guess I could have. We need to see if anything's clear. And so we roll. And let's see here. Where was our Battle of the Bulge? Okay, we need to see whether weather clears. Now we need to roll a 1 to see if we get air. 3, nope, we don't. Okay, and that will be it, I think, pretty much. There's just absolutely no way. We've easily got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need panzers down here. 9, 10, 11 panzer units down here. So that is it for Battle of the Bulge. It was actually a little closer. Each time I play this, the Americans do a little better as I get a little bit better with the game. You could still do something to keep the Germans weakened a little bit. I think these long supply lines, there's got to be a better supply rule for this. But and I think, again, a wily American player could stop the could cut those supply lines. Anyway, that's what I got this week. It's a pretty interesting game, I think. For the time, it was pretty good. And again, it's one of the really early war games, so taking that into effect, it's certainly a lot better than like Gettysburg or something. So, or even Chancellorsville. But anyway, that's what I got. I'll talk to you guys later. Keep warm. Have a good Christmas. And we will talk to you later. Bye.